Here today to present a cautionary tale about avoiding difficult situations. Please join me in welcoming Tim Lewis with "This Moment is the Perfect Teacher." Tim Lewis.
Thank you.
I'll clap for myself.
So my wife and I have a dog. We got him 2 years ago? Yeah, almost exactly 2 years ago. We're not kid people, we're dog people. Because kids, they're too much work. You know, dogs though, I understand dogs. So we have a dog, he's very small. He's about 9 pounds, his name is Biscuit. And he's one of those like little fluffy dogs who always wants to be in your lap, which is very nice. You know, and who doesn't know how small he is. You know, he's part Shih Tzu, and I guess that's part of the breed. They're just little angry guys and just full of rage, I think. Yeah. So we had him, and we got him as a puppy, which is great. And for the first year, he was very chill. We would take him to the park. We would let him off the leash. He would run around with his dog friends. Everything was great. A new dog would show up. He would be very excited to meet this new dog, run over to it, sniff it, you know, say hello in dog language. I'm not sure what that is. You know, be very friendly and just a peaceful guy. Just a lot of fun to be around. About a year ago, that started to change. He started to get more angry, more rage-filled. He would see a dog he didn't know, and he would run over to it just barking and snapping at it, just like, arr, arr, arr. And he's, like I said, 9 pounds, so he's about this big, you know, and a lot of that is just hair, you know. He's a hairy guy, yeah. So he would run to a big dog and just like start circling it, trying to like nip at it and just kind of, I'm not sure why, you know, I'm not sure what was going on there. But almost every time, and the bigger the dog, the more he wanted to fight, which is odd. So at the time we were going to PetSmart, I think, and we were doing training there. And so once a week we would go and sit and we explained to the trainer, who was very nice, our situation and what was going on. And she would say, okay, well, when you see a big dog, immediately get him to focus on you. So just pull out some treats, just be like, hey, look at me, give him a treat. If he keeps looking at you, keep giving him treats. So this is great, apparently, for him, because he would be like, oh, look at that big dog over there. I'm looking at you, give me a treat. Now I'm going to go fight that dog. And he's like all charged up, you know. And he would just run over and just attack a dog. So we, in response, got really hyper-vigilant. We would be at the park, dog is here with us, and I was constantly scanning the horizon for danger. It's kind of a big park, you know, it's not huge, but you can see pretty far away, like about a soccer field away, you know, was where the street is. And so if we saw a big dog coming, especially a German Shepherd, I don't know what it is about the German Shepherds, I think it's the language, I'm not sure. You know, he just hates it. He hates it so much, you know. Never forgave, I guess. So I would become hypervigilant. So we're just always looking around for a big dog. And the thing is, you can't avoid all the time. You know, like if we saw something coming, we would be like, okay, well, let's put him back on the leash, and we'll take him over this way, or we'll distract him by doing this. The problem is, he started becoming hypervigilant. You know, so now he's sitting there in the park, looking at the horizon. And sometimes, I mean, you know, I'm pretty old, my eyes aren't that great anymore. So sometimes he would see this German Shepherd, Rottweiler, Doberman that lives in the neighborhood, walking from far away, and he would just take off for it. It was really a problem, you know. And so we're trying to avoid these situations because eventually he's going to meet the wrong big dog. And he's going to start doing his thing, barking and snapping at it, and the dog's just going to bite him, and that's going to be the end of Biscuit, you know, which is terrifying to think about. So we started working with a dog trainer in the town south of here, whatever. Not Crestwell, Cottage Grove, that one. Starts with a C. So we started going down there, and this guy works with reactive dogs only. And once a week, he has all of these reactive dogs come together into his yard. It's like a little fenced yard. And meet each other. And he works with a sort of a corrective behavior and then giving them a new task. So we go the first time, and there's like 20 big dogs. These are like warrior dogs, like the guardian types, you know. So you got your Rottweilers, you got your German Shepherds, you know, the hated German Shepherds. We got, you know, so a couple Dobermans, and just big dogs, like around 80 to 100 pounds, I would say, on the average. And our dog is there, by far the smallest dog, you know, and also the angriest, you know. And we get there, and the trainer immediately is like, well, you're having a conversation with your dog all the time. And what you're telling your dog is to react or not react through the leash. And so he's like, so for example, let me take this dog. So he took Biscuit and took him on the leash and took him away from us. So we're just standing there. And our dog is in the middle of this circle of 20 big dogs, you know, maybe 5 feet from the closest one. And he's just losing his mind. Like, he's barking, he's trying to get back to us, he's trying to lunge at every dog that's close. You know, all of these big dogs he's going for. Like, he's just ready to fight everybody. It's kind of amazing. I mean, I'm kind of proud, but also, like, this isn't great, guy. You know, like, this could be a problem, you know. And the trainer, we have him on a collar, you know, and with the leash, obviously. The trainer just starts, like, tugging him back. So Biscuit, all 9 pounds, will launch himself into the air, this dog, and the trainer will just tug him. And he'll just, like, turn around and he'll be like, what was that? You know, and be kind of confused. And, you know, Biscuit will stop, look around, be like, that didn't work out. And he'll lunge again, you know, and the trainer will tug him back again. And eventually, he'll just get to the point where Biscuit's just so confused, he'll just be sitting there, just like looking around, like, this isn't working the way I thought it would. I thought I was going to fight these dogs. That's what I'm here for. That's what I was bred for. You look at all this power. And he can't, you know. So the first day, 20 big dogs around him. The trainer has him sitting there, and he's talking to the crowd, you know, to all the people that are brought their dogs. And he just drops the leash and walks away. And Biscuit's just sitting there like, what is happening right now? You know, just so confused. And the guy walks away, he comes back, he walks away again, he comes back, and Biscuit doesn't move. It was amazing. It was incredible to see. It was incredible to see. So we've gone 3 times now, and Biscuit is becoming much less reactive, you know, because we're doing this now too in our personal lives. And we've actually started seeking out these confrontational situations. You know, if we see an opportunity where there's a big dog a couple blocks away, we head towards it. You know, with Biscuit, knowing he's going to react and hoping that he will, because then we can do the tug back and tug back and tug back and until he calms down, until he sits, you know, and allows this dog to approach. So it's one of those things where in life we have these awkward situations that we often avoid, you know, things that we feel are going to be stressful or that haven't gone well for us in the past. And by avoiding them, they just get bigger. You just become more aware of that danger. You become more hypervigilant for the thing on the horizon that's going to come and attack you or that you're going to have to deal with eventually. You know? And I don't want to philosophize too much about this, but by moving towards those uncomfortable moments, by moving towards those stressful situations, it diffuses them. It teaches us that stress isn't to be avoided. Maybe it's to be embraced. And so quickly, you realize like how much you can just relax into these new situations. And even go in without expectation. Because I know it's the expectation that really is the problem for Biscuit. And for myself as well. You know, stressful situations arise and I'm like, it's going to be real bad. You know, I better get angry apparently and start barking at it and charge right at it. You know. Or I can just relax and see, like, well, let's see how this happens. Because I feel like every moment is a perfect teacher. And it's going to show us a thing, whether we want to see it or not. So, walking into things without expectations, allowing them to teach us. Stress. Seems terrible.